Hi guys, welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to jump into another custom boutique blend, and this is another blend from Milan Tobacconists, Sultan's blend. This is an English blend from them, and I think they knocked it out of the park with this one. This one, it gets you right, it ticks all the boxes, so to speak. Sultan's blend is listed as an English pipe tobacco. This medium to full strength English blend is made with cube and coarse cut burleys, Turkish, bright Virginia ribbon, toasted Cavendish, long cut Latakia, a touch of Perique, and a pinch of black Cavendish for a slight sweetness on the finish. Sultan's blend offers a rich, toasty flavor with subtleties of nuts, dark coffee, and hickory. Whoever writes the Milan descriptions, they should get a gold star because they're great. I am smoking out of my basket, billiard, bent, apple. I don't really know sure what. That might be an author. I don't know. But definitely one of my favorite pipes. This was a basket pipe. It was a free pipe I got years ago with another pipe that I bought. I don't even smoke that other pipe. But this pipe is always in my rotation. And this blend goes through it. Excellent. Excellent. Milan Tobacconist Sultan's blend. Like I said, it is listed as an English. The tin note is sweet. I was getting dried fruit, fresh fruit, burnt sugar, cherries, that side chew, that old Red Man Levi Garrett smell. It is very pleasant and it's very nice. The cut is a ribbon, kind of like a broken ribbon. Don't really have to rub this one out. I do a little bit. Packs up nice, burns great. The color, it's typical for a pipe tobacco. My takes, it was nice and upfront Latakia taste. A medium English flavor. It had a great aftertaste. Slight retro burn. Just a little bit, and a lot of times that's me. That's just kind of my chemical makeup. But not enough that I'm not going to retrohale, I'll tell you that. I said it had a great thick smoke. It was going great with my cup of coffee. The Cavendish was coming out at the end with a nice sweet bread flavor in the back. I love Cavendish, and if you've watched my videos, you know that there's the Cavendish video where I said Cavendish like 800 times. If I could find out, I'll stick a link to it. It was a pretty funny video. The Latakia has mixed in well and is becoming a good partner in the mix. This is a very balanced blend. Burley is in the mix, but it is in balance. I'll talk about that, and I gave a look when I said that it has the cube cut burley. I don't know what it is with cube cut burley. Maybe it does something to the flavor. I'm not a huge burley forward fan, but when they put cube cut burley in blends, it mixes in perfectly. It gives it a little nuttiness. It gives it something in the smoke. It is incredible. And the burley that they put in this blend is mixed in perfectly. As Jim from Emerson Southern Forge says, and I say this a lot too, it's nuanced. It's not overpowering. Everybody's together on this blend, and it comes out the other side perfectly. I said I'm not picking out any Perique in the top half. Not much spice for me. Has a great subtle sweetness that is great on the palate. Halfway down, and I was getting hints of chocolate and cocoa. I said it's very nice so far. It has a real Northwoods feel to it. This blend and Northwoods are definitely cousins. I will totally admit that. Past halfway and the Cavendish has subsided, but it has a good tobacco flavor. And once again, I think that is them burleys. I think it's those burleys coming out. I said it's rich and smooth. I am impressed. Another day I was smoking out of my Ohio Briar poker. That first day I was smoking it out of my Ehrlich large billiard. Okay, this blend is coming to me hard. I said it's so good, a complete sleeper. I said this is why I'm doing this series. It has wonderful flavor. I said this blend may make it into the big jars. Blends that I really, really like. I get an ounce or two and I try and I smoke on. And when I really like them, I usually get 8 or 12 ounces and I put them in the big jar because I want to always have them. They're my go-to stuff. I said, it has a great cocoa fruit flavor. Slight spice. Not, the Perique is just kind of hanging out in there. I said, I love the aftertaste. I think if you are a newer pipe smoker, that this blend would be a great intro into the English blends. And that's a little something I want to talk about real quick. Trying to make some shorter videos. I think my last take was 15 minutes long, something like that. But hey, they're worth it. And if you're still around and you just listen to my take on it, like, subscribe, share the videos around. I'm over 600 subscribers, which is awesome, and I thank each and every one of you guys. But talking about the English in there, I think newer pipe smokers, my friend Terry I talk about, who lives in San Jose, it's been a couple years he started smoking pipes. And when he first started, he'd call me and we'd talk about stuff, and he'd ask me about blends, and I'd tell him different things I was smoking. And I was on my pipe smoking journey as well. And he was really into autumn evening and some stuff like that. And I would talk about some of the English blends and the Latakia, the smokiness, the wood-fired smell. And he was like, oh, I don't think that's for me. I don't think that's for me. I talked about the spiciness of Perique, and I talked about how you get this on the palate. And he was like, well, now he's been on the pipe trail for a while, and he is a vapor person through and through. He loves vapors, and he's always talking about the new ones that he has. And that's kind of the journey for me. It seems like you start off a little sweeter, the aromatics, I think, subconsciously there. Oh, I want to smoke something that tastes like cherries and vanillas. I understand that. I did it too. Lane 1Q, I was into that. Autumn evening, then I start branching out, and somebody has a sale. And once again, check out these boutique blenders, the brick and mortar ones especially like Milan's, because if you're on that edge, you can get 1 ounce. I think these were around $5 an ounce, this blend. Get some samplers. A lot of them offer samplers. You can get the English sampler with the aromatic sampler, or just go through and create your own sampler. But getting 1 ounce at a time is pretty cool, because you're not totally committed. If you get something, you only paid around $5 for it, and if you smoke it and you're like, this is awful, well, you're not that far into it. But if you don't like a blend at first, put it in a jar, like I keep saying, put it on the shelf, come back in 6 months and give it a go. Your palate may have changed. It may have changed in the jar. A lot of good things can happen in 6 months. But one thing about newer pipe smokers, when they see that English, it's an English blend, and they read what English is, and there'll be a lot of different tobaccos, and Izmir and Turkish and stuff like that, and Latakia. You read the descriptions of those. I think that a lot of people who are newer to pipe smoking, they stay away from these English blends, because you'll watch videos too, and people are like, oh, I'm an experienced smoker, and oh, this is a complex blend that you sip, and oh, I'm sensing this blend right here from Milan's. Sultan's blend, to me, is one of those blends that if you get it, and it says in English, but it's not going to punch you in the face, so to speak. Everything is blended together. You sip on this, the char light alone, you're going to get flavor and a smoking experience just from the char light. If you've only recently come to pipe smoking and you've just been smoking, say, aromatics, stuff like that, from just the char light, your eyes will open into there's a whole other world out there. Excuse me. That is great. Oh, it's beautiful. Like I said before, in this series, that's kind of what I wanted to do, because I started doing a lot of reading about in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, getting into the early 90s. If you wanted to smoke a pipe, you had to go to a brick and mortar. You had to know where a smoke shop was at. You had to talk to people. You had to, oh, I like this pipe, and try this blend. You had to get experience from people. The ytpc has kind of replaced that, and the big online blending houses. I did another video. I said I always want to say realtor. They're not realtors. Retailers. they've kind of taken over. They've become the local brick and mortar. But the local brick and mortars are coming back. The Pipe Cottage, if you guys have not checked out Dr. Allen's channel, I'll leave a link down in a bucket below to his channel. But he wants to start one, and he talks a lot about this. It's really intrigued me. So I started looking online, and there's a lot of brick and mortars left, and they still make their own blends, and they still custom blend them. And this is one that is really worth a look. So if you're thinking about it and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get some English blends, check out Milan Tobacconists. Check out Sultan's blend, because it's, well, I'll have some other notes. It's incredible. So if you made it this far, what are we going to do? We're going to do 4 matchsticks from the bench with a plus next to it, because this may be a 4.5 for me. But I'm going to stick with 4 because I'll give my big 5s out at the end of the year. There's going to be so many blends to go through. I don't know how I'm going to do that. But to me, this blend is a 4. This is a blend I guarantee I'm going to probably order 8 or 12 ounces, and it's going in the big jar because I want to have it around. I always want to be able to go to it and, you know, cellar deep. But it's a great blend. I really enjoy it. From the bench, this is Noah. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.